Now, so you've referenced a few times, here in Winnipeg, but again, I look in the background and I see the Eiffel Tower there. So
That's
so
right.
what's what's going on? Do you have a plan to shift that across to Canada or?
Well, yeah, I can make it Winnipeg if you like. So basically, this conference I've been going every year since 2004, and as I mentioned, I'm starting to co-produce it, etc. We had it in Paris last year. It's in Paris again this year. It'll always the sort of mothership EPIC conference will always be in Europe. It's in Paris again this year, and we're trying to lure people from all over to come to it. I'm usually pretty successful in getting some Canadians to come across, some Americans to come across, but also people from the UK, people from further afield. Certainly, we get a very strong Australian
Mm.
contingent coming. I mentioned last year we had some people from New Zealand talking about Maori ways of recognition. That was an amazing session, actually. And that person has mentioned that she's interested in helping with the recognition and reconciliation one. But this year we are following on from something called the Paris Declaration on the Equality of Recognition or recognitions. So in other words, formal, non-formal, informal. One's not necessarily better than another. It's about a tapestry of recognition for the fabric of life. There will be something about what's called the manifesto, the Open Recognition Manifesto. That's my friend and colleague Serge Revet is going to be running, and a number of other ones. We're going to have a recognition challenge, which actually wearing another hat, I want to get you to look at from the point of view of Edalex and skillsware. I think that could be kind of cool. What was the other one? Oh yeah, another theme we're exploring, a couple of things. One theme we're exploring is the notion of embedded recognition practitioners and the different levels of that in organizations. So if somebody can recognize themselves, that's a start. If somebody can help recognize peers, that's a help. Somebody can be a little more professional about it and talk about using recognition of work-based learning as in a more professional way. So we're working up a whole sort of competency framework or practice framework for doing that we're going to be looking for people's feedback on. AFNOR, the Standards Association in France, kind of like Canadian Standards Association. I don't know what they have in Australia. Is it the ASA or something? So AFNOR in France is developing a standard for open recognition, from which we at least hope to get some good definitions about the various terms. What was the other thing? Yeah, I'm trying to work up um, a panel on funders and what they're trying to do and how they're sort of trying to do it and what lessons they've learned along the way, because they're essentially trying to innovate at a distance. They can give people the money and then sort of watch
Right.
as they hopefully do something good, or maybe not so good, and maybe there's some unintended consequences, etc. So thought we'd have something on funders this time around. But other than that, it's just people submitting proposals for sessions, for clinics that could be working out a problem, for workshops that would be more like, here's our process, let's take you through it, and/or we even have some quick. I mentioned the panels, but also some quick pop-up plenaries. So we have one of the founders of Accredible is coming, and he'll be talking about how I got into the digital credential business, and
Fantastic.
basically, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
So it's
Well, I know my colleagues Margot Griffith at Edalex and Yasmin King at SkillsAware have both attended, and well, I think they both uh, are quite protective of their attendance. So
they have submitted their proposals, yes, and
it
they're
it
accepted.
could have something to
Yeah,
do with the setting, but I think obviously wonderful setting, but all the topics that you've described are fantastic.
yeah.
So how
We're
do yeah so
actually
it's
we're actually right about there, right near the
yeah.
Eiffel Tower. Yeah,
Brilliant. Good.
yeah.
Um, so how do people find out more? So it's the Epic EPIC. Yeah.
Yeah, epic.openrecognition.org.
Okay.
And you can still submit a proposal, though now more for presentation than anything else. We're still accepting a few of those. And you can, on that website, you can also see the proceedings from 2024, which would give you a great idea of the kinds of things that are talked about. So for example, AFNOR was talking about setting up this project for standardization. And we also, what was the other one? Laser, that one about the Rosetta Stone for skills.
Yes.
So we had those folks across. Groaning and Declaration Network was there, ACRAO, the US registrars, talking about how they're developing sort of a network for this. And we're actually linked with them. Serge is going to be going on to their conference in Oslo the week after we're doing. So we're trying to say, hey, if you're going over for that, come over for us.
Why not hang out in Europe a little longer? No, that's fantastic. And the feed, I haven't been able to attend, but the feedback from those who have is it's a unique conference, and just the individuals, but just the discussions and the workshops, and it's unique, and really give people some great insights. But then it's also what people take away, and then the follow-ups and initiatives that have come out of it. So congratulations, for your wonderful work with ePIC.
Well, thank you. It's a labor of love. I spent far too much time on it. It's hard to stop. Yeah.
Wonderful.